The cost of independence that no one talks about. Hello, my name is Oliver, and welcome to episode 57 of the series, where today we're talking about the cost of independence, which no one talks about. And I think the first thing that I'd like to discuss is independence is absolutely great. I'm very glad that I have my independence, and I'm very glad that I don't live at home. Yes, the circumstances that led me to not living at home, yeah, I was homeless at 17, cool. But I'm very happy to be my own person and have my own freedom, and I cannot stress enough how having your independence makes you grow as a person, and it's absolutely great. But at what cost? What cost of independence? Well, to start off, if you are a single person, you have to pay for everything by yourself. I cannot stress that enough. Rent, bills, food. You're not doing any 50-50 splits with a partner or whoever, housemates, whatever, if you have your complete and utter and total independence. No. See, when I was living with my ex, awesome, 50-50. I'm not, it's difficult. I've been single for 2.5 years now. I know, absolutely mental. But it costs. It really costs being a solo person, but it is what it is. You pay for your independence, but there's more than that. You pay in other ways. You pay with mental health. Absolutely. Because when you aren't independent and you are around people, it's great. I know a lot of people are introverts and a lot of people like their own space, but every single person on this planet still needs some sort of human communication, and that is difficult when you are independent and solo. But also, it goes further than that. It goes further than paying the bills. It goes further than the mental health. You're in charge of your life, right? No one's telling you what to do. It's not like when you went to school. You are completely independent. You have to do every single decision, and you have to do everything by yourself. Food doesn't magically appear in the cupboard. You've got to go buy it. If you want to make more money and you want to grow in society, you've got to do it yourself. It's difficult. Being independent can be difficult sometimes. Yeah, sometimes I would love a business partner. Sometimes I would love a partner or a housemate. I can't split the bills with my 3-year-old, can I? No, I can't. So, there's lots of things that suck being independent, but I can't stress enough how great it is being independent. And, the cost of independence that no one talks about, well, I'm talking about it here, and I'm telling you that it's expensive. It's expensive in all aspects. I'm not just talking about money. It's expensive more on your mental health. It's expensive more on financing everything. It's expensive more on your time. Time is the only asset that matters in the whole of existence. And being independent means you've got to use your time wisely. If you weren't independent and you still lived at home, maybe your parents could help you. Or if you had a partner, they could help you. There's lots of things that would be great, amazing. You can get help. You can have connections with other people. Don't get that within the independence, do you? So, I love being independent. It's great. I love having my own space. I share my space with my son and the cat who's asleep up there. But again, it'd be nice to have a business partner to help me with that sort of stuff. It'd be nice to have some sort of more human communication, because independent and being solo it's stressful, isn't it? You're the only cat in this house. It's stressful. Things like that do matter. One thing you have to remember is you don't have a safety net with independence. And that does matter, because every single decision does matter. You've got these hidden costs of everything. Absolutely. Water bills, electric bills, doing it all yourself, it can be really expensive. The financial pressure is absolutely crazy. And obviously, you're hands-on on everything. You can never be hands-off on anything. It is what it is, I wouldn't change it, personally. A lot of people would, especially in today's world with finances and stuff. But I have looked multiple times at potentially moving back in with my parents. We've discussed buying a house together to make things cheaper so we can all pile money and, push forward with the future. And I guess that's not off the cards yet. But the independence that I have and the greatness that I have just from, having my own space, you have no idea. If you've not been independent before, having your own space is great. Having your own bed. That bed that I've got now, I've had 2 years, and it is the first bed that I bought for myself. Okay? It is absolutely amazing. The other beds were, a house growing up, and then obviously I was homeless for a bit, or I shared the bed. This is my own bed. You don't understand. Having your own bed is great, but I also had to pay how much for a mattress, how much for the bed frame. Oh, and you still got to get a Hoover to clean your room. Oh, and then you got to pay the electric. Oh, and if you want it to look nice, you got to do this. Oh, and then things break, especially with kids. Things cost. It's crazy money, but I wouldn't change it for the world, honestly. I love my freedom. I love my independence. And yes, independence can be framed as freedom, and you can be free whilst not having independence. But you know what? Even though the costs add up, and even though many people choose independence out of necessity, I wouldn't change it. This video was meant to be a video about how independence can suck, and it does. It does to an extent. But I wouldn't change it. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you have enjoyed it. Please make sure to like the video, subscribe if you're new, hit the bell notification, and comment down below if you live by yourself, if you live with family, do you own your property, do you rent? I want to know what sort of independence you have. Adios, my miss amigos. I shall see you guys all in the next video, which will be up tomorrow at 5 PM. Goodbye.